We got classics, we got new stories, wild worlds to view. Samurai, swords to mecha might. Every episode ignite the night. Power up, get ready to go. Feel the hype, it's about to flow. Anime unlock, turn it up. Energy blast, fill your cup. Anime unlock, turn it up. Energy blast, fill your cup. Old school, new school, never stop. It's a vibe, it's a drop, it's a bop, bop, bop. From the ninjas in the hidden mist to the stars where the myths exist. Villains rise, heroes fight, we're breaking it down every night. Enemy dreams in neon glow. Unfold the tales you need to know. From action-packed to heartfelt scenes, we're unlocking all your dreams. We got new stories, wild worlds to view. Samurai, swords to mecha might. Every episode ignite the night. Power up, get ready to go. Feel the hype, it's about to flow. Samurai sword, ignite the night. Power up, get ready to go. Feel the hype, it's about to flow. To view, samurai swords to met the night. Every episode ignite the night. Power up, get ready to go. Feel the hype, it's about to flow. Old school, new school, never stop. It's a vibe, it's a drop, it's a bop, bop, bop. From the ninjas in the hidden mist to the stars where the myths exist. Villains rise, heroes fight, we're breaking it down every night. Anime dreams in neon glow. Unfold the tales you need to know. From action-packed to heartfelt scenes, we're unlocking all your dreams. Lights flash, feel the bass, feel the smash. Black David Wally in the zone. Anime, you're locked, you're not alone. We got classics, we got new stories, wild worlds to view. Samurai swords to mecha might. Every episode ignite the night. Power up, get ready to go. Feel the hype, it's about to flow. Samurai swords to mecha might. Every episode ignite the night. Power up, get ready to go. Feel the hype, it's about to flow. Anime unlock, turn it up. Energy blast, fill your cup. Old school, new school, never stop. It's a vibe, it's a drop, it's a pop, pop, pop. From the ninjas in the hidden mist to the stars where the myths exist. Villains rise, heroes fight. We're breaking it down every night. Anime dreams in neon glow. Unfold the tales you need to know. From action-packed to heartfelt scenes, we're unlocking all your dreams. Anime dreams in neon glow. Unfold the tales you need to know. From action-packed to heartfelt scenes, we're unlocking all your dreams. Anime dreams in neon glow. Unfold the tales you need to know. From action-packed to heartfelt scenes, we're unlocking all your dreams.
This is Wednesday, October 29th, 2025. We are in the middle. We're now in another episode on the Enemy Unlock with the Spot HQ Network and TBN Hector. How you doing? David, aka Bear Paul. See? My co-host chat, the speed test. I don't understand. I'm in. So situated. Hear me? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know if you can hear me. Because there's something going on. I don't know what's happening. But it seems to me there's some weird misconnection happening on my end. Not sure if it's my end or the reaching. I'm trying. Please let me know, guys. What is happening? I'm live. What is going on? Can you guys hear me? Uh, Let me know. Pen. Crazy. Oh boy. Caught the glitch. Hope that's not the case. Let me know who's here. I see. Oh, so I'm glitching. I could have having top speed for some apparent reason. It's in and out, glitching in and out for no apparent reason. That's the craziest. I'm hoping going on in the back end because there's no thunderstorm around here. Back on the mic. Make sure everything is good on our end. The technical issue. See if I could get back to the show. I know this has been a long week for me. I'm not sure about you. That need to be had. I mean, major Dragon Ball Z fan. I'm talking about the people who follow from the Dragon Ball Saga to the Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Z Kai to Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Heroes, all the way to Dragon Ball Daima, which is second, double checking everything to make sure we are good. I'm gonna get my PT a major overhaul and see what we need. on with everybody? Digging into what the how the big react me. See what's going on. Okay. I'm thinking I'm gonna just on this piece. I was I don't know. I don't know why I keep doing that. Let's see what's going on. Can you hear me? All day today, my PC on get my last nerve right now. Can you guys hear me? Sorry about it. Let me know. Put him to the direction. Cause we need him here. Let's man, let's really get out of hand. Seems like I'm having some bad connection, which I don't know why. Which I shouldn't be. I'm out really, really call for tomorrow morning. Let's see, my connection shouldn't be dropping. Eric not here tonight. Encyclopedia. Oh boy, this is really, really getting this issue. I don't really go. I'm kind of on my PC, quite honest, which I mean I shouldn't get no lag unless there's something faulty right now. I need to get this show on the road, but it's like everything is moving glitchy around me. Which is not adding up. about why what happened. I hope you haven't forgotten today tonight. Okay. Let's see. No email from Wally yet. Running too late. Got a show to run. I'm checking the spam line, see what's going on. Oh, YouTube is acting. If anybody noticing anything weird going on with YouTube now, cast. Or do something weird or something. So we can get that fixed. They need to be taken care of. So tell me, guys, let them know clear because I can see the feedback on the mic. Seems like we good. Don't glitching like that. To our Dragon Ball Daima, which is now located. Let's see. Anybody? Anybody watch this show for once? So the whole series or what? Like, come on, guys. I can't be the only one talking. Like, I need to get your. Buddy Diamond. I want to know what you have got so far. You have got to episode 1, episode 2, just so you know. We're on the trade. There'll be more content going on until next year, or something else, or entirely. No, who have watched Dragon Ball Daima? I need to get. I want to know where you guys at, what you feel about. Did it beat up Tando, or you felt like it was off? I have my own personal view about the show. I want to speak before you start talking about what they particularly about Dragon Ball Daima. Hmm? Daima. I don't want to be just mouth or objectional people. I need to understand the feel of it. However, I feel about the particular show, what it's all about. Who is Kazuhiko Torishima? All right. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna share my screen. Let's see if it pop up. There we go. Well, this might cut out for now. This is the picture of Kazuhiko Torishima. This is the guy, what the former editor of Akira Toriyama when he first started doing the publication of Dragon Ball in the manga before he ventured into the anime adaptation. I want you to recognize who this guy. The guy with impact. He was Akira Toriyama's sensei. So, I want you to understand something about this guy. This guy views, opinion, what he may think about a product, determine how that product. If you think about it, it's a very, very big deal. But there was something about what he said. The production, the plot twist. What they consider to be canon, what not considered to be canon. There were a lot of things that struck a chord with this fella. I'm going to read. Torishima is a very Japanese manga editor and a publisher executive. anime community, which is a very, very big deal. He says something about Dragon Ball Daima, in which I'm not sure if I am in the weight class to say such a thing. That's something I don't think about. But talk about the series Dragon Ball D Daima. Key point. If anyone wants to join the show and speak about it, if you have already watched the show, watch Dragon Ball Daima. I need your honest opinion about this and see if it matches with what the editors think was wrong with it than it was before. You know, because he said something. He said doing a live stream interview with the show Koto Koto broadcasting station in September 2025. He said it would have been better than Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Daima was trash. Oh, fine. That was a low blow reaction. Who was also known as executive, who had helped and impact the influence of becoming a household name, as well as in Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Hero, Dragon Ball Z, which is the issue. He actually labeled Dragon Ball Nama translated for an anime of crap in one translation in Japanese. He suggests that instead of instead of continuing with the current path of franchise, a story stay on the character of Vegeta might have been more. Hmm. That sounds like, how would I say? That's a very brutal criticism of the franchise. For a particular show that came out, which everybody was thinking that was the end of the Dragon Ball Super, we would end right on Super. But it continued on to Dragon Ball Daima. From your honest opinion, guy, I want to know what you. Come on, guys. I can be alone dead. I'm waiting for a while. They haven't been in here. 10:06. We had a bunch of technical difficulty, which sucks. I haven't got the presentation from Wally. See what the hell is going on. So we continue from here. Read out the headline about what Torishima, Torishima said about Dragon Ball Daima. It got me thinking about a couple of things. The plot armor storyline. At what angle you trying to create sort of plot in that area? This is something I'm trying to think about. I watched Dragon Ball Z Daima, episode 1 all the way to episode 20. I got a little bit critical. I was pointing things out. I would think to myself, what was the direction that Kyoto Yama was trying to accomplish? Hmm. Because I'm trying to think about a lot of things that come to my head. Why would Kyoto Yama do what he did? He did what he did, right? He created anime. Hmm. I'm trying to think. Like I'm trying to find a word for this. Look at one of the Daima from episode 1. I want you to hear me out. When I watched Dragon Ball Z Daima for episode 120, and I'm closing my eyes thinking about a lot of things because I can't remember some of the scenes in Dragon Ball Z Daima. No, 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 no. That's not it. Episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 was like a quick reduction of the character after they got shrink. You introduced all the players on the board. Okay. Goku would have to go Super Saiyan and what is extra power, what it is, but I'm trying to figure out how to say it. It's here the problem. Whenever I know Dragon Ball Super, it would continue with the issue with the tournament of power, what connected to that plot line. This one in between Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball Z, right? One of the Supreme Kai brother came out, asked Supreme Kai if they could help save him. Save him? No, not the kid. No, 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 no. I'm thinking, no, I think I maybe got it wrong right here. Now I'm feel like I had to go back and watch it again. I watched it about maybe a couple of months ago. I get it now. This started when the new King of Hell, who was a weakling, they tried to kidnap Dende so they can control over the Dragon Ball. But when they made him make a wish on Earth to have the people that fought in the tournament of power to shrink down to a kid, and took Dende so that can never revert to it back. Even Dende turned to a kid as well. They came on the turf of the Hellverse, right? Time and gravity is time and gravity. You have to prove their worth on their skill. Like you used to being a kid. So they can readjust. So I'm thinking, how will you approach it? How will you approach the criticism of the guy just said about the show? Because I listened to the interview. And to be objectively cook, which Black Bomber was here so she can bring her own point of view. Where I thought I invited her about a week ago. Because me and Walla, we debate about it behind the scenes, into the deep water. Tell me about this show. Why they broke down his scenario, why he think that Torishima was correct, but he was not legal to do what he did. So I want you guys' opinion. What do you think about the show when you get a chance to watch it, and how you feel about it? Because okay, they have some good fight scenes. The plot and twist seem like a little bit lackluster. Hmm. I'm trying to think. This is this is why I want to bring people here. Um, Getakachi, if you're out there, let me know so I can drop the link for you guys to come up here. Because this is one of those type of show you have me in the stomach thinking what to say because there were people who watch it beside me. Some did not like it, some liked it, some felt like it was lacking some weight, some felt like you could work on this area. Hmm. So tell me, Peter, have you watched Dragon Ball Daima? Not sure, man. I never watched it though, but I know it's on Netflix. And I'm trying to see what you guys will say or think about it. Because it's hard to speak on this right now. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. Come on, guys. Yes, guys. Because there's something on my mind that it really got me thinking. For the whole plot line, they were trying to find the individual who was responsible for kidnapping. Then they had them turn into a kid. Go back to find that another Dragon Ball in the Hellverse. But there were three. They had three Guardians, and they very each in their own right. But the main job is to collect the three Dragon Ball from those three Titans. If you did such a thing, the magic will go off and they will attack you. And I find it very, very strange. And let me tell you why I say very, very strange. Because, for one, hold on. Can y'all hear my mic? Mic check 1 2. Okay, I want to make sure the feed is flowing in. Um. Oh, I want to be. I don't want to be too ultra critical. I'm a very technical person when it comes to watching anime, and I'm very critical of what I see, what I saw, what I was observed. The fighting was very, very good. Storyline was looking for something missing, a little bit lackluster. And telling the let me see. Hmm. You know what? Let me go to the tango. I think I know what I'm trying to reach out. I'm thinking. Oh, Wally, you here? I'm thinking about something how to address it because I can remember the episode in my head, most of it, about from when you did the lookout. They fought Dende to get all the Dragon Ball, right? No, no, he didn't get the Dragon Ball. Let me rephrase that. Dende didn't get all the Dragon Ball. That old elder had a very unique power that allowed him to draw the Dragon Ball that Dende have control over. Or the Dragon Ball to reach out to him, which was a very unique power. Think about it, you got to be to that level of elder. Just made a wish when you have those fighters who partake in the Dragon Ball tournament, Dragon Ball Super tournament, to a kid. They kidnapped Dende while he was a baby, got on that spaceship, went to the portal to go to the Hellverse. Fine. Boom. Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, the rest of them were feeling awkward being a kid. But most of the crews who were part of that thing, they were turned to kid. They didn't know how to get out of this. So many people were like, what? I'm gonna drop the link. Uh, because this on my head. I'm trying not to go crash like an AI. Because there are too many things to speak on, too many things to say. Because in a way, I technically agree with Torishima. They could have made a story about Vegeta and his past. But throughout the franchise, we have done a lot of movies that get to Goku, which is totally true. But we haven't had a series that focus more on Vegeta's pathway, Vegeta growth. Why he's always number two. Why that he was the first one. I'm trying to remember everything. I remember everything, but I'm trying to break it into categories. Let us know. This is why I say this is me though. It is hard to really dissect it on multiple levels without going too overcritical. But the plot twist, there was an issue whereby you were trying to fill a gap between Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super, which is crazy. Look, I see the part one day, the guy on the ship met one of the kings. Hmm. But I go into my head, they went to the portal that looked like a damn fish, which is one. I remember that part. They're looking with big, huge device. They're going in it, transport themselves, and all turned down at like 50K. But Vegeta is not needed, so to speak. I don't know what to say. They were able to take what they take for him, then they bring him to Hellverse. Instead of having to go back to 08. Goku is now in the hellhole. Why? How would I say? I've seen the fight when you fight with that bull-like individual. You check it out, whatsoever. He kick the guy, but whatsoever. While the whole time, that she was behind him. Oh, this is not easy. Because there are too many things on Dragon Ball Daima that if very critical. You could have done better. This is why I'm racking my head right now. Like, what angle would I push this right now? Because as you look at the note, context possible reason for his stand. Here are some of the factors that help explain why he taken such a hard position. High expectation, which is well, I want to say something now completely, but high expectation is very, very critical. First and foremost, Dragon Ball Super was one of the best adaptations ever done for the Dragon Ball Z franchise. It literally opened a door about what can happen. On the day Dragon Ball Daima put it between Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT. Which means Goku.
When I look. Look her inspiration. Look what she did. This thing looks so artistic.
I'm just trying to think right now because this is very critical.
Just give up.
So when you do a show like Dragon Ball Super, right? And did so well. And you do Dragon Ball Daima and put all the audience in a box or in a stump, trying to figure out what path is this going to. How they connect the bird, how they connect the dot. The storytelling was all right. Action was okay to a certain degree.
Green, fuck nigga.
Like, I'm trying to figure out how would someone approach this. Well, here's the thing. While Goku and Vegeta were kids, Vegeta able to go into Super Saiyan 3, right? But you want to call it Super Saiyan Vegeta 1. Goku was able to tap into Super Saiyan 4 as a baby. That's not. I'm being honest right now. I'm racking my head right now, and it's driving me crazy. Because there are so many factors based on a high expectation issue.
Yes, King.
But according to this one, Daima is the last major anime project that Toriyama had direct involvement in storytelling, which is one. Character design was two before his death. For many fans and industry people, it kind of emotional and legacy software. Okay. That's one part. Another part.
What?
You would do much better than Dragon Ball Super.
What?
Technically, yes. You wouldn't be lackluster. And again, if anybody had done the homework, you would know Dragon Ball Z is a massive franchise. The Dragon Ball franchise. It was a franchise that generated over $30 billion since the start of the adaptation back in the early 80s. Right? On Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z, took a turn to Dragon Ball GT. They came up with Dragon Ball Z Kai, which is, we talked about this between our past show. Me and Wally, if you watch all our past episodes that we were speaking about the Dragon Ball Z franchise, we were going a little bit deeper than we normally to go, but we're digging in a lot of areas. Dragon Ball Z Kai was a letdown, pun intended. Toy animation, if you're watching this, if you have to get a 10 clip on this thing, this is something that is very, very critical about it. The thing is, Dragon Ball Super gave us something to look at to show that the next level of growth. Because if you ask me, in the back of my mind, if there will be another Dragon Ball Super, there should be another. There should be another tournament of power because first and foremost, towards the end of Dragon Ball Super in 17, he was the last man standing. He made a wish to bring all the other universes that got erased before they got there back. Right? And if they want to, and Goku want to compete again, they would be something like he want to do. We don't know Goku like to fight. He's a fight monger. They want to beat the best, regardless how he feeling or what he going to do. That was the drift of it. Daima, on the other hand, it's kind of hard. The next one it says, what is it? Tonali originally whiskey. Interesting. Some reviews of Daima point out issues like slower pacing, having a called a simplistic and predictable plot structure, which may disappoint some very familiar with early work, but make some changes. Torishima, there's a lot of these. Torishima, an editor and historical perspective, as one who has guided Toyota in historical Torishima likely had a particular standard for what Jack was. Here's the thing. We did some past shows about manga and comic book. Please go back and watch that show. If you don't understand what I'm trying to put out. The Dragon Ball franchise will pick up to burn on the manga because they're a big heat. Now it's something that could be a very, very big deal. So, for the former editor who reside over Akira Toriyama, who keep him in check so that he can put out the best product under the Dragon Ball Z franchise. Because you was able to come over and he could just technical way to do it, kiss up. So think about it. What would be your view about Dragon Ball Z? I can't just do this by myself though. You don't want to come up, please click on the link. But that's something I want to discuss about and see if we can dig into this because it had a lot of things in my mind concerning how he was addressing these issues. And right now I'm having one of those days. I had a long day. My mind is going a little bit faulty. I expect my co-host to show up, but I don't know what's going on. No presentation, which is right now. I do an audible. So tell me, guys, what do you think of the show itself? Was it great? Was Dragon Ball Z Daima great, or you think Torishima would correct what he said? Let's get some feedback because, for one, the plot was to me was the issue. The character design was not wrong with the issue. The plot direction got to be concerned about. Thinking. So tell me, guys, what do you think were the flaws on Daima? Ladies and gentlemen,
can you hear me?
Where am I?
Thank goodness I fixed
loud
this damn
and
audio.
crystal clear.
I fixed this damn audio. Thank goodness.
What do you do?
No, so
You took on.
funny
You
enough,
don't.
well, look, I'll talk to you about that later because
I was thinking that you. Okay, no, I thought you took some baby powder at the movie How High. He spoke to the computer. If you don't get your shit together, I will bitch slap.
No.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, technically speaking, back in the day in the office, it's been done. There were people who feel like slapping their computer to make their computer work.
Well, let's just say this. I
I-
didn't have to
I-
slap my computer. Let's just say I had to ask it to double check itself. And funny enough, when I did, next thing you know, I get a message saying, "Hey, you need to restart your computer." And noticeably, nonetheless, I restarted it, and guess what? This tends to happen. Crazy shit. I don't know what the hell, but it just pissed me off. It pissed me off immensely. But with that said, yes. So where are you so far in this whole dilemma?
No, I was using my assistant to bring what was the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room was this in the interview that he came out and without holding nothing back. The sensei said Dragon Ball Daima was trash. What I point out is based on what was his criticism behind it, right? High expectation compared to Dragon Ball Super. And when you did Daima came, Daima was like sleeping on the wheel. Finale divisionally risky. Well, he was trying to say that there was a slow pacing, heaviness style back, a simpler, simplistic, predictable plot structure. It was kind of weak. Due to Torishima editorial and historical perspective, he felt like you know how to talk to in depth. And when you mentioned he was correct about saying you could have done a series based on Vegeta. Because when we look back, we had so many movies talking about Goku, far more than talking about Vegeta.
Well, why do you think that? It's because we patterning up his win streak with the freak house. I mean, this whole show's wrapped around him. Why in the hell are we on the lower end of the stick of this? Like, can we get to the sides, please?
Okay, let me get this out.
All right, hold on. Let me increase.
Let
this.
me.
No, hold on. I gotta increase the. Just let me know when you can actually read it. Hold on, actually, let's see. Okay, yeah, it should be readable. Can you see it?
I can read it. The what? The
Slide yourself back.
hey! I ain't trying to read myself.
Well,
Thank you. The Dragon Ball community is in shock after former editor Kazuhiko Torishima shared his no love lust, harsh, diabolical, honest thought during a recent YouTube live stream. Known for playing a huge role in shaping Dragon Ball history, Torishima didn't hold back. Took off the gloves when asked about the franchise current director. He flat out said, Daima, if you're going to make an anime like that, should have done a Vegeta story instead. Torishima even went further and suggested that Dragon Ball Daima is a trash anime. Claiming the franchise has lost its spark. He got son. He argued that fans will much rather see Vegeta focused story than switch or Dragon Ball Super. According to him, a full Vegeta Saiyan not only revolutionize, revitalize franchise, but could also become a massive global hit. It didn't become Dragon Ball Super was a global hit. For years, fans have been asking for Vegeta to get his own spotlight. He didn't get a spotlight. Goku always hogged on the spotlight. His growth from a ruthless Saiyan prince to a proud protector of Earth is one. Very, very true. We see the most compelling arc in the shonen history. He goes through that. I see that part. And according to him, a full Vegeta saga would not only be like the franchise, but also massive hit. Yeah. He had grown from a ruthless Saiyan friend to a proper protector. Torishima comment only fuels this demand, adding credibility to what they have been saying for decades. Well, here's the problem. We talk about the gap in between why they take a break too many times, but we talked about it already. He also his disappointment with the recent Dragon Ball Super manga. Now, I would follow the manga, but they were too concerned that one, saying it's not the right path. Series. Instead of defeating fresh, I'm gonna leave that alone. If you look it up, there's a lot that this man said. I hit a core. But in my mind, this. I had to agree with Wally. When they made Goku achieve Super Saiyan level 4. But the character design was different what they told in GT. They were able to go to Super Simulator 3. Without a massive upgrade for the power level, which kind of like. What was the purpose of all this? What was the purpose? I'm trying to figure that one out because when I close my eye, I'm looking at all the episodes. Episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way to 20. I'm trying. Man, if I want to nitpick, I don't know who will be worse, me or you.
It all depends. Can I go?
You know?
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, sorry for being late because my computer is just acting very stupid because of some fact of this is Windows 10 and it's getting more dumber and dumber as it goes. Life. But with that said, let's get it, right? Huh? What did he say, David?
Yo, Pete needs to slap a couple of times. He need a couple of pin slapping.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's almost out the door, so it is what it is. But with that said, so this was very interesting to me, right? Now, sadly, before I was going to do this, I was planning on watching over Dragon Ball Daima to be very, as what David would say, being technical based upon everything that was displayed throughout the whole series of the season 1. Sadly, didn't get to do that because, again, my freaking PC volume of the audio didn't want to work, and I couldn't listen to jack piss. So, couldn't listen to the whole series. But with that said, this is my honest thoughts of this, right? So, when Takayama comes around and says, when Toshima comes around and says Daima was crap and it was better off doing, right? It said Daima is crap. If they were going to make an anime like that, they should have done a Vegeta story instead. Now notice, just listen to this line. This is more so crapping on Daima in a way of saying, well, shit me, with this work in production, you may as well just make a Vegeta story. And honestly, when you listen to that first set of comments, you may as well just be really saying, you know, you're really throwing more shade on Vegeta as a character than more so of the anime itself. Literally, just by this line alone, you would literally be thinking, Daima crap so much, this is pretty much the reflection of just saying the character and storyline building of a Vegeta storyline, which is crazy. It's crazy. But of course, the other lines sort of clean it up a little bit along the way. But one thing is, right? Do I believe Daima was crap? Not ultimately. But the problem is, this is the one thing that I feel like, one thing that, if anything, that Dragon Ball Daima exposed about Akira Takayama is there was so much fan service in a sense that he misstrued the whole show to a point that he didn't deliver something that was just organic. What do I mean by that? Now, if you told me today, where did Dragon Ball Z, or in aka Dragon Ball Kai, ended off? We ended off where? The Buu Saga, right? Right? And notice, where did Daima picked up on? Daima picked up right on the tail end of that, while mixing it up by quote unquote saying it's on the tail ends of sliding over to Super. So I want you to put that in framework. This is the beginning. Daima is the beginning of the tail end of Z / Kai. But it is at the ending piece that transfer overs to Super. So understanding this timeline riff right here in the middle, you already know what it's being challenged against, aka GT. Because in another time riffle, GT is in the same parallel standard of Dragon Ball Daima, right after Z / Kai, going on to then Super at the flip. So understanding that, right, there was a lot of things you have to clean up. There was a lot of things that very much looks very in question. One of the many questions is why we didn't see Oob. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I don't know. But again, it's like they're just things to this nature that you really want to question overall, right? Like Oob is a character. Will we see Oob later down the stretch of Daima to where we eventually see him? And then to top it off, even when it don't make sense, Oob was actually shown towards the tail end of Dragon Ball Z / Kai. So if that was the case, well, technically, all right. So technically, let me reframe that. I'm thinking more so GT wise, but we all know it was a character that was implemented, right? We all know that. So my thing is, especially based upon the wish that Goku made. So my thing is, where is Oob going to come into place, and why wasn't Oob originally joined amongst the first Tournament of Power, which ultimately shows Oob is nowhere present, or at least decent enough to be that character. Or in this case, Oob is just totally a wash character that's never going to happen. That's one thing you got to think about on that end. That's one thing you got to consider. So that's one thing, one of those many things, if anyone's thinking about, because at least that's what I'm thinking about as far as one of the many characters that we've seen throughout the times. I might have to recheck back because maybe Oob was only quote unquote a true known character through GT versus it being truly known in Z and Kai towards the tail end. But I know that there was a wish made, quote unquote, right? Technically not an official wish, but it was a wish that Goku made saying he would wish for Buu to be around, right? Which technically would be Oob as the reincarnation, right? So it was just interesting how, it's one of those little plot things you want to think about. Is Oob in this season, and how far developed is he? That's one thing you want to ask, because he's not in the Tournament of Power. So that means it's still a question. Now, technically, when you remember Oob in GT, technically Oob is around the age of Trunks and Goten. I don't know why I keep getting them mixed up, right? And as you know, Trunks and Gohan still to this day, Trunks and Goten, I'm sorry, I keep getting them mixed up. Trunks and Goten still to this day are still young kids. And honestly, it's getting very much problematic because I ain't gonna lie, at this point, if anyone knows Saiyans eventually hit a big giant growth spurt. When they're around their teens and they get the big giant growth spurt, they really do. How long we're gonna keep this trope of Trunks and Goten keep being young? Because at this point, it's getting old. It's getting old, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting old. Like, we should at least see them like teenager standards. They should have been like Gohan in the Cell Saga. At least at that height. How long are we going to keep milking this? Literally, how long are we going to keep milking this? I mean, literally, they even in Super. Like, tell me, how much years have passed on? If you're telling me that Daima is right on the tail end of Z/Kai, right? How much years is Daima then? Because think about it. Depending on how much season it is, how much years in between, how long years have that been? And then you got to think about Super. How long would keep them young? It don't make no sense.
Here's the problem here. I want to add to that. There was an issue between Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Daima, right? You mentioned the key factor. When he was defeating Buu, they made a wish for Goku to get his energy back. And he able to go to level 2 and put the Steel Bomb. Hold on. In the ending of Dragon Ball Z, when Goku was fighting against Buu, Kid Buu, right? They made a wish for Goku to get his strength back, was able to give him more Steel Bomb onto Buu, right? He made a wish hoping that Buu will come back good. Because remember when he was fighting with Buu, Kid Buu, on the planet of the Kai, he was able to go to Super Saiyan level 3. While Vegeta was able to go to Super level 2. Between that time of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Daima, how much time did Vegeta train to be able to get into Super Saiyan level 3? That was a big question mark. But we had the same thing when we talk about on Dragon Ball.
That's a question mark.
When Gohan, remember the big question mark about Gohan went from where he was to Mystic to straight beast mode, and there's no connection how he got there.
It's simple how he got there.
Goku was.
They just wrote that shit in.
He got emotional.
That's how garbage it is.
That way he had a problem. When we look at Vegeta, right? Vegeta was never able to go to Super Saiyan level 3 at all. He only got 2. Goku figured out how to do that while he was training on King Kai planet. He would have tapped into that. The question is, how did Vegeta tap into that as well? That's one. Number 2, how did Goku tap into Super Saiyan level 4 as well? Because it took him a while to get to Super level 3. Well, 4 is no joke though. But how he got in there, it haven't been explained in Dragon Ball Daima at all. It has never been explained. The fact that he was able to get in it and make it canon, that also create another question mark. One, how did Vegeta get to level 3 without no existence of Bulma and our machines? How did Goku able to go to level 4? That idea was not properly flushed out. Am I wrong?
Okay, so let me just reel this back with you real quick. So okay, let's start from the beginning to the top of what you just said there. So say it again, and then let's break it down piece by piece, because it's our last one.
Later today, I'll say it again. I'll make it detail to detail. When he mentioned go to the ending of Dragon Ball Z. When Dragon Ball Z ended, Goku and Vegeta were able to trick Kid Buu, to follow them all the way to the planet of the Kai, where they duke it out, right? Vegeta had to fight with Buu while he was level 2. Goku had to raise the level of the Spear Bomb to be strong enough to take out Kid Buu, right? For some apparent reason, it was showcasing how Goku was able to go to Super Saiyan level 3. So from that timeline when they were able to defeat Kid Buu to where was able to achieve Super Saiyan level 3 and, and Goku Super Saiyan level 4 time in between the start of the show and the ending of Dragon Ball Z, were they able to train that well with what didn't happen up? But I had to calculate all that. So you say he was training. We know you were training heavily in November the Kai. You achieved Super level 3. And the way, and this is something I've been trying to explain to everybody about Dragon Ball Z franchise. The environmental matters. Either he was on Earth or normal gravity. If you were training on King Kai planet or the realm of the Kai, that's a 2. Or if you were training in hell or the demon realm, 3. Each environment has a different variable that can affect the thing in some kind of way. So for him, they have the wherewithal to defeat the villain, but to achieve that power level, what was done to accomplish that feat? So what didn't add up? It's almost similar to what happened with Gohan. When he went from Mythic Gohan, it was not enough. He got emo because he saw his stepdad try to get his butt handed to him. He went to beast mode. Just like that. Why we had that same repeat on Daima for both Vegeta and Goku? Ollie?
I'm just trying to figure out where this piece got, where that thing I said.
Everything I said too? No, because I was looking at,
Yeah,
like I said, this is why I was going through a brain fog before you came on the panel, because I was like, there was too many things to nitpick. Too many.
I'm having a brain fart with everything you just pointed out, because it's like, okay, well, wait a minute, pause. Okay, first you're questioning the idea of when Vegeta got Super Saiyan 3. Let's get one thing clear. If that's the case, if you're gonna question that, question when Vegeta got to Super Saiyan 2. We ain't gonna question that, right? So what that tells you? I mean, Vegeta's always trained. We always know that Goku is getting stronger. So what we know about Vegeta, he's always going to train. Now, of course, you want to say, okay, well, we want to know the idea of his training. But what is he actually doing to get there? Guess what? I'll sit here and say this again. What about his Super Saiyan 2? Because the same time you can say the same thing about Super Saiyan 3, what about Super Saiyan 2? What he was doing at that time? So I don't. That's not really a question for me at all.
Because here's the thing. I'm saying that I can't compare what he was doing compared to Goku. Goku will be in the realm of the Kai, but they could put 10 ton on his arm and his leg. I'm sure you able to put 20 ton when you go to level 2, or maybe 50 ton. No, let me rephrase that. He put 10 ton on his armor leg when he goes to Super Saiyan level 1.
I swear to God,
which means you can do either 50 or 100 each when he's on level 2. So his force his body get adapted to going to 3 and 4. If that was the case. Anyway, I'm with the Kai. But Vegeta don't have no trainer or teacher. With a facility like that, will have to do such thing. So yeah, we know Vegeta will train. It's a given. But his body remember what it's like to be in Super level 2.
Oh my gosh. Don't tell me my audio's fucked up again.
I'm not trying to be a ultra technical badass, but They ain't point out like a porcupine when they not making no sense.
Hold on. Yeah. Gosh, damn it. Fucking audio, man.
In a moment.
I literally just missed everything because I don't know what you just said right now earlier.
Okay, I'll begin out. Between the time of the ending of Dragon Ball Z entering to the time of Dragon Ball Daima. Yet people know Goku and Vegeta were trained. But we do know specific training that Goku was going through for such a change to happen because of the nature of the training course. The body to adapt itself to hard condition. Unless what we're training we're doing, I'm not too sure. That's what I'm trying to point out. The bell. What kind of unique training that Vegeta did that helped him bring himself back close to Goku. But that's so much because Goku didn't showcase Super Saiyan level 3 until he felt like he had to do it. So that gonna be another part right to speak on. Because as I'm racking my head, I'm looking at everything else, right? Had to watch a video of a past fight that already happened. He didn't decide to pay attention to that, but also he had to watch the video to figure out what can he do to fight against the Z fighters. So it's like, I don't know. I'll be right back. This is why I'm trying. When I start thinking about Dragon Ball Diamond, I remember I watched it. There was so many things that just it threw that in that one. When I hear it's trash, I look at my mental know about a lot of things. I was like, I don't want to say it's trash, but this is more like sanitation issue. I'll be right back. Hold up. You both know in Dragon Ball Z, the storyline, Goku was made a kid because of some idiot that took the Dragon Ball and made it. Beginning of Dragon Ball Daima, the retarded king of the demon
Yes.
world.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. My audio is tripping up. It's
About your other demon king had his own realized his own power from past throughout all the different dragons. Summoned it and made a wish whereby all the fighters or anything. So it kind of like there are too many factors. Okay, why did they come out of the demon world to collect the Dragon Ball or to collect Dende? How come you don't know about the storyline concerning the Kais? They're the actual resident of the demon realm. Not just the Kai, the Namekian. What's the backstory about that one too as well? The reason I'm seeing all these things right now because I had to be adamant about. 'Cause I know Akira Toriyama was sick. He was dealing with him for a very long period of time. But to me, it's almost as if he was doing that. I thought it was an FU for the company. They were taking some of his crew members to add them to the other crews, aka One Piece, or to any anime adaptation. Now, to make Vegeta the sort of the conversation, it had to be very, very unique. It had to make sense. But when you look at the plot twist, the calculation, introduce some new realms here and there, but insecurity about the whole franchise itself. I recall now a different Namekian that had different type of Dragon Ball. Demon Man had 3 Dragon Ball, 3 Guardian. Okay, fine. Other Namekian had 7 Dragon Ball. Fine. We can make 3 with. Namekian for new Namekia have Powonga. 2 stretches. Type of Dragon Ball. So explain it to me though. How can these multiple power up? I'm just thinking about it. I'm just really because the more I dig deep, the more I realize there was a lot of things that had, and I can see why Torishima should have been there from the very beginning. So how it so the animation can work on the next coming project, come from Ace. That's a question to be asked. But when he did what when Goku did what he did, I told Wally, didn't he could do that in the demon realm? But that does not have the same valuable principle that on the earth realm. I'm trying to figure that one out. How you would address the mixed method of Daima? I'm telling you guys, this is not no simple conversation because if you are a diehard Dragon Ball Z fan and you will pick many factors that must have failed the franchise, I don't know. It was an all right show. But trash. Trash as in recycling. Trash as in throw it out the can. Trash as in get the if out of here. So explain that to me, though. Are you there, Wally? Sorry, guys, I was eating. I'm real starving. I've done about 9,349 steps today. I was all over the place today. I'm brainstorming about this anime franchise, this anime series. See if it would work or not.
Give me it now.
Hear me? David?
This is Wally speaking for Wally. Right.
Okay, so you can hear. All right. Yeah, you may as well put the other meat in the back because I swear, one moment's one step forward and then it's 100 steps back. All right.
You understand?
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This sadly is a crappy show. I'm just calling it out for what it is. Bad timing, perfect. Let's work this back down again because Lord knows I'm gonna have to do something. I'm gonna have to do something separate on a different time because this video just literally turned to shit right now because of all these issues. But okay, so you wanted to work back on saying when did Vegeta get to Super Saiyan 3? What was the process and all that? I mean, they never show the process of what Vegeta even did to even get to Super Saiyan 2. All we do know is based upon indications, what they alluded to and everything else. He got in Super Saiyan 2. He was equally on par with Gohan at that time because, and I swear to God, the audio just works out of thin air. All right, hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. This is pissing me off. I don't know what's going on. One moment it's on, one moment is off. Hell. All right. So yeah, he's equally on par with Goku.
Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, we had some technical difficulty. It was bad. When he was trying to say Vegeta ended up being equal on par with Goku. And they were both can do to level 3. But not realizing Goku at another level. Super Saiyan level 4. Because you all know this. Goku must have trained in somebody's time chamber to get to level 4. So that for any type of chain level to get to the next level may consist of a lot of dead characters, maybe. Give me a second. Yeah, good?
He wanted me up.
Okay, you want the W up, right?
Oh, hold on.
So go ahead. I'm
Oh
gonna
wow!
have to
So
get
now
to
my
you.
damn
Like, yo, you
Bluetooth.
need to stop your BS now. Forgive us for the issue, because tonight you two times get on a big time.
All right, now I can hear you. Damn Bluetooth. They switched settings.
Go ahead.
This is horrible. All right. No, I said earlier, Vegeta was basically got up there on par with Gohan. He was pretty much at equal or at least above the standard of what Gohan was in the time of the Buu Saga at that point. Ultimately, all in all, it is also credibly said that even then, as far as just know that point, that's what they say. Not my own opinion. Is his Super Saiyan 2 status. But as we already know Vegeta's training status and training standards when it comes to training. So there's already one thing we already know as far as Vegeta grades. He can do the ones, twos, and threes. Vegeta never used three though because he knows that that will fucking crypt up his body with all that amounts of energy, so he didn't want to do that. Unlike Trunks that showed that off, even though he wasn't really Trunks showed it off, but we all saw the detriment, right? So he wasn't that far gone from being Super Saiyan 2. He just couldn't clap over. So it wouldn't took him that long to get Super Saiyan. So that's obvious when you understand and picking the dots and understanding how that thing flows. Okay, so that's fine. So what that said for me, it's not a fact of saying if when Vegeta got to Super Saiyan 3, because again, it's not even needed to question. Reality is questioning. Again, yeah, it's not really a reality for me to even question because again, Super Saiyan 3 is a lonesome charge. But I say this right: if Goku can teach Super Saiyan 3 to both Trunks and Goten, which are just young ones that only can go to Super Saiyan 1, but when they're fused together, can jump to Super Saiyan 3 like they could just jump past Super Saiyan 2. Really, people? Really? You're talking about in the form, and for them to transform into that form like it ain't nothing. It tells me how butchered the idea of Super Saiyan 3 is to a point where it's sort of like it's not really a form, but then it's a form. And it's like it's very inconsistent because you allowed two young kids to fuse together to jump into that form instantly like it was nothing. Okay. And I'm supposed to not sit here and believe that it's not possible for Vegeta to achieve this, or at least even use it in to some extent. Okay, fine, have it your way. But right, as far as the idea of it, okay. At the end, Vegeta is literally Super Saiyan 2 is all there is to it, no less, right? But we all know it's just like right, it's all a big jump as far as multiplier and everything else, and it takes a load of energy. So where did that burst of energy came through for Vegeta, since he was quote unquote dead at that point in the series? That's the thing. Vegeta's dead, had to be wished back. So now you have the real question is, well, if he's in the underworld at that point, who's not sitting here saying he didn't train in the underworld? That's one. Because Vegeta's not just gonna sit there and die and just be like, well, retirement, aka death. It's not Vegeta's. And two, it's just one of those things. Now, again, he's not in his little training regiment place that he usually be in, where he's training and stress testing. But it doesn't mean that he needed to at that point in time, anyways. Because again, you're in the land of the dead, you're in the land of the unalive. You're more likely it's more likely to be less stressful. So all that tells me is one of those big components of saying is always one thing. And two, let's get also another thing. If anyone ever noticed this, and I probably have to make this.
Sorry, guys. We're having a lot of technical difficulty today, which is very, very unusual. A lot of technical difficulty today. A lot of it. You know the rule, we cannot eat. I don't want to be put my face on the thing and my and Peter take a shotgun and shoot me from behind my back. Here you go, you ugly bear.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. This is becoming irritating. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish all my thoughts with my phone constantly freaking heating and dropping off. But look,
We might have.
nonetheless, I'm gonna say it like this: well, we're gonna definitely have to do another video. This is gonna have to be scrapped. Sadly, ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna have to be scrapped. But don't worry about it. It'll just be uploaded.
But the thing is, when I was asking myself that question, and I found myself going to a brain fart because there were too many aspects of the show itself, from episode 1 over to episode 20 to nitpick on. Right? So you read the Three Guardians, be a lady as Demikin who don't use his own strength. It's weird.
Well, a lot of things are very problematic and weird in this whole thing. But like I said before, I mean, Vegeta going to Super Saiyan 3 is not really much of a get up of questionary because it's like, all right, you're dead, you get reborn back. Amongst the time you're getting reborn, again, you're training in the real world, so it's common sense. And then even when you go back and go look at Super from when he faced Lord Beerus, at that point in time when you saw Vegeta's power up, where he had an extended hairline, that already told, well, extended hair, not hairline, but extended hair. That already told you Vegeta can go Super Saiyan 3. He just don't use the form because it's still a Deku. So he's like, there's no point of actually going into that form altogether.
Where the number one concept. Okay. What I'm trying to say is there's a number one contradiction in that the Daima must show. When Goku was able to achieve Super Saiyan 4 before he got into Dragon Ball Super, which will be asked, why had he not tapped into that power yet?
Well, funny enough, again, since I haven't been able to watch it, because I can't watch it all back like I did before, but if you were to what is it? If you were to go back and look at the Namekian, the Elder Namekian. So funny enough, in the clip I seen, the Elder Namekian put some type of red magical spark into Goku, and then that would trigger the Super Saiyan 4 transformation.
Interesting. Because when it asked him, can he tap into it again? He said, no, he cannot tap into it. I know, remember I say environmental conditions have a factor.
Well, you also got to remember too. Here's the other factor point. What is the quote unquote factor of the Great Ape / Super Saiyan 4 and transformation? Once you understand that part, then you understand how the Namekian magic worked, which then propel it to go that form, and why it's not even able to be achievable. Because if you think about it, right? Because based upon what GT said, and then if you were to relate GT to Daima in a sense, right? The reason why the Great Ape is able to go golden is because of fluctuates, right? Mm-hmm. Ergo, you going into Super Saiyan 4. If that's the case, then what are natural flux waves and how do you gain it to go to even be able to ramp up to being the Golden Ape and to then being a Super Saiyan 4? And if flux waves are something that is genetically aligned with the Saiyans, then is this what's been stripped from them to the point that they naturally can never be Super Saiyans like they used to be in the good old days? What is the cause and effect of that?
Mm. Connectivity again. Connectivity again. Because while he can get something I was trying to point out. That was bugging me. And because how you would have put it and saw the position of their strength level. There was no Vegeta going to level 3 in Dragon Ball Super. There was no sign of Goku trying to get to Super level 4. They were trying to get into that God key, right? The God key mode. Never an attempt to bring out that power because they were fighting them in the void universe. So it's kind of like strange when you look at it that way. So when you made an anime show between Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT, you throw the whole storyline that affects Dragon Ball Super. So the question is, what was stopping you achieving Dragon Ball Super Saiyan level 4 during the Tournament of Power? Because first and foremost, they were not fighting in the Earth, but they were fighting in the void. And that's what I'm looking at. So it's kind of like you disrupt the timeline with that. So that's one of the main reasons why Hiroshima called it trash. That I have to agree with him. What's your take
No,
on
you see
this?
my message in the back?
What do you think in the back? On the show. So right now, back we number one. Number two, there's some weird thing going on with YouTube to laid after their hand. It's both of us. Three, I'm thinking either we can go to a lot of glitching, a big issue. So on that note,
No, this is
we'll
really just
show
my phone.
tonight.
My phone is horrible.
I know the phone is horrible. You're beating the abyss slap, then a couple of more pin slapping, and I may need to do an overhaul of this PC. What's going on? I wish I could get my main laptop where I might have to take it to another place to see what's wrong with the system or if I had to get a new one or not. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about our technical difficulty. We're not able to do what we do because so much is happening. But which we had Jada Kati maybe coming in, which we had Black Woman, but eventually show up. I'm not sure. I checked my email multiple times. I didn't get a response from her. I don't know why, but it's what it is. Well, I hope everything will be fine. But we might do a recording of this, or we might do another show end of the weekend. On Friday afternoon. I don't know. Food can be done. All right. On that, the TBN Tech Talk. This is Wally. For technical difficulty, we'll bring back this show again. Good night.